very good in his life, in his business, and everything is so good. But yesterday he did the practice of meditation for about 55 minutes, and after that I could see his face. Seems totally depressed. And now see what he said. No, I don't know how to get rid of the ego. Who is saying this? Ego is saying. Ego is saying. And I said, no, come on, keep a smile on the face and then we will talk. No, I'm fed up with this ego. Who is saying this? Ego. And he could not return to normal. I said, okay, we will meet next time and then we will talk. Very small thing. We miss very small thing in our life, and that causes the problem. Perhaps that may be the reason you, Stephen, you shared your experience. I wanted to explode. Think of it. Think of it. It is that very subtle identification with our ego that will remove your smile, your calm, your peace. You enter into anxiety, duality. You are ready to react and fight. And it takes time. It's not a one-day affair. So you see the last, definitely, if you have absorbed the knowledge, what we discussed last time, existence, that is, you know how we understand that existence is unchanging reality. So when you understand that existence is unchanging, all-pervading reality. Now see that. Simple thing, you exist because of the same existence. I exist because of the same existence. All exist because of one unitary existence, and that is consciousness. But it does not help us, our mind, to digest and absorb this knowledge. Why? Because the mind has many barriers. Come on, I'm more beautiful than you. We always look for differences. We always look for differences. The moment we start talking among friends, okay, how Lara is different from Jerry, how Stephen is different from me. You see that mind is so much obsessed with this difference. And that difference lives at the superficial level. It does not exist. But we make the non-existence as existence, and that is where we lack becoming a seeker. Now you see how deeper the yoga knowledge is. Now let us see that what we are going to understand today to become a seeker, that real self is SatChitAnanda. How it is? It is here and now. If you live in that thought every moment from today, you become a seeker. You know, in our tradition, there is a saying that a seeker asks only one question, and the teacher has the abundance of knowledge to talk about it. Not only in one way, but in variety of ways. That is the reference point of 3,000 texts. We have 3,000 teachers. What is the most important thing? That you may have any teacher, but you must start from becoming a seeker. If the teacher does not guide you to become a seeker, then he defies the traditional wisdom. Take an example, a young kid, Father asked the young kid, I want you to take admission in medical school. Kid said, Dad, are we going today to take admission in a medical school? Did you understand the point? No. First pass K-12, sit in SAT examination, then you will be eligible. Start preparing from today. Do you see that? Start preparing from today. We forget this. And the moment you forget, you will miss the entire journey. Now see the second point. Eastern wisdom is not asking you how many things you have, how beautiful you are, how handsome you are. Eastern wisdom is not at all concerned about this. How much power, pleasure, seeking, possession you have. We are not interested. Because to seek power, pleasure, and possession, we need space, we need time, we need effort. We create a cause to earn wealth, power, pleasure. They are important. They are important. It demands time, effort, space to attain. To attain the highest existence, which is our real self, I don't need the space and the time. It is already within me. Do you remember I always ask a question when I give the intensive retreat, how long it takes you to reach to your home from your workplace? You may say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And the next question, answer it. How long it takes you to reach to yourself? Where you are? You are here and now? Isn't it? Do you need any space? No. Do you need any time? No. So some people answer, no, it takes lifetime, many lives. So it is those factors in the mind needs to be removed. Purity has to be attained in the mind. Then we can achieve, we can become a seeker. And today's lesson, please repeat, listen to it again and again. First listen what I'm saying. Let this knowledge becomes your knowledge, the knowledge in your intellect from today. And you will see that you are always a seeker. Once you are a seeker, you are always a seeker. So let me start in a different way. You all are lovely. Why? You love yourself. Is it not a fact? Tell me, if anyone do not love. Oh, Sam, you are with a good t-shirt, Look like a wrestler, yes. Wonderful. Yeah, fight with the ignorance. You see, my mind goes back to the same thing. Don't fight with anyone. Fight with the ignorance. So we all love ourselves. Is it not true? If it is true, it is evident from moment to moment. We love ourselves greater than anyone. What it means? It simply means the real self is full of love. It comes from within me. And that, because the real self is full of love, and that love, permanent love, all-pervading love is known as Ananda. One master dared to say, Anandam Vai Brahma. Real self is nothing but love. Now the next question, are you in love with yourself? Yes, I am in love with yourself. Don't insert yourself. How? How we insert ourselves? Entering into anxiety. It is caused by the ego. Stress, duality, conflict, reaction. Are you in love with yourself? Yes. Are you love yourself? Yes. So why you insert yourself? Because of the mind that causes the impurity. If ego rules us, we react, become anxious, forget that we are love, we fall into consciousness. We fall into consciousness. So symbolically, this love is located inside the center of our heart. Understand again, the heart is the seat of consciousness. We are not talking of the physical heart. We make a beautiful picture, red picture. I don't understand. Love with the red picture of the heart. It does not make a sense. Does the red represent love? Today I'm talking about. Think of it. But tradition continues. We continue with the same. So we should know how to allow that love to express through the mind. Only way to express that love is to keep the mind pure. Buddha says in his Dhammapad, straighten the mind so that love becomes compassion. In Dhammapad, in his text, he teaches, straighten the mind first before you talk of compassion, so that the love becomes compassion. The compassion means love descends into the mind for everyone. Love, compassion simply means that love coming from deeper inside, it is descending into the mind and being expressed for everyone. The love of real self. This is what Patanjali says, find the real self. Our own master says. Now what prevents that love? Go back to Patanjali. Ignorance is the first, ego is the second, attachment is the third, detachment is the fourth, and the mind constantly sitting in the body, claiming I am the body, that causes the suffering in our life. Remind yourself, when you are having an anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict, obsession, all the negative traits that is being expressed through the mind, I pick up only one out of the 5 factors. You may say, ego, yes. Ignorance, yes. Attachment or detachment, yes. Mind is clinging to the body, the 5th one. Any one of the factors, based on your level of awareness, based on your understanding, you will discover it is because of this, not because of any outer factors. So we have talked about love. Real self is SatChitAnanda. Last session we covered only the existence, that is Sat. Now we have covered Ananda. Ananda means the love, abundance of love. But how do I know it? I know it by consciousness. So what is that consciousness? It is known as Chit. That is why we use the word Sat Chit Anand. The absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. So the moment we talk about existence, it includes Chit and Ananda. It includes consciousness and bliss. The moment I say consciousness, as a seeker, you should understand I am talking about existence, consciousness, bliss. The moment I say Ananda, I am talking about all the 3. It is just for the sake of understanding through the mind and intellect. The master, our master says, it is only one. It is only one. Existence, extends itself as consciousness. Consciousness extends itself as bliss, Ananda, love. It is only one. The moment you understand them separately. How I am talking to you online? Google Meet. Video, audio. Go back. Sam will tell you, or Daniel will tell you. Both are IT experts. Go back to the origin. Everything is working on binary numbers. Am I right, Daniel? Pick up any application. Any application. Computing, computer. It works on the... So, can I find out what is the unit by which I am working? That unit is SatChitAnanda. So now let us talk about this Chit. Chit, when consciousness expresses itself as discernment. You are a seeker. Whether you continue the journey with this beard guy or anyone, you will find your real self. Because the mind is 100% clear, the intellect is clear. This is what I have to find out. You may pick up one teacher, other teacher, ultimately you will continue. I have met more than 100 teachers. So I could retrieve and think of the past, and I realized, oh, this is what I am searching. Many masters told me, I am giving you this mantra, help me. I said, I have tried this 100 of times. Nothing happened to me. Lot of events that took place with interacting with these masters. So understand this, consciousness manifests as discernment all the time. Then what happens? We should think, speak and work with the discernment. Viveka. The Viveka and discernment means I am fully aware of what is self, what is not self. What is the unit of computing? Binary numbers plus. You have laptop, you have smartphone, you have big supercomputers. Unit is the same. Functional unit is the same. So, I cannot separate my body from the real self. It is not possible. I can separate this room, the other stuff, that this is matter and here I am. So to separate the body and mind and intellect and the ego, I have to do it in my mind, in my intellect. And that is why the master says you should have a power of discernment. If you don't have a power of discernment, this meditation, this yoga does not happen at all. Outwardly it happens. So being a seeker, I should always remember, understand, and I should keep aware. I should always be aware in the intellect, the knowledge part, that here is a real self, here is a not self. What happens? Think of the existence. The moment you are aware of that existence, the fearlessness is natural. It removes fears and anxiety instantly. So another understanding that sat, that existence, means fearlessness. Chit, consciousness, means wisdom. Ananda means love, absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. Why we say bliss? Don't go back, to start finding the meaning of the bliss on Google, because you will have distorted meaning. It pertains to the physical pleasure. So I'm just hinting. So, rough translation, Ananda. Nanda means joy. And when you add a prefix in Sanskrit, Ananda, joy from all sides, happiness from all sides, love from all sides. It can only happen if the love is all pervading. All pervading. So all masters meet at one point. 3,000 masters, I told you. 3,000 texts, 6,000 years old tradition. All masters take us ultimately to discover real self or discover SatChitAnanda. That is the journey of meditation. That is the meaning of the meditation. Now the next question comes, if that is so, if it is within me, if the love is within me, why there is no love in my life? Loveless life, I don't want to go there. 27 years of loveless life. Are you also living loveless life for so many years? Our friend, why we are not searching our real nature? Once you understand this, tell me. Why? Simple answer, we give too much importance to others. Honey, I love you. Do you also love me? Honey says, no, I hate you. Loveless life begins. Question is, explore the love in you. Explore the love in you. And that is more important. You see, we give too much importance to others. It means what? Now see the same explanation, but to make you clear. It means the mind is running after the things, objects, and people, running after causes, likes and dislikes, results in attachment and detachment, and it leads to desire. What is desire? What is desire? Desire has a couple of factors. You should always keep in mind, the moment you say, I desire, I want, I like to have it, I want to possess, I want to own, they are all desires. So examine it. How? First factor in desire, that I am seeking something other than me. That is the first factor in the desire. Clear? So now when I am seeking something other than me, it has to be separate and different at a distance from me. Is it not clear? Now see the second factor. So when I find this object, this person, this thing I am seeking, that is the first factor in the desire. But why I am seeking that object? Because my mind falsely projects happiness in that object. Right? Third factor, because now the mind has created a desire and it has colored itself that happiness is there, so I am agitated until I possess that object. Means mind is agitated. We are living in a new normal of the mind, my friends. We don't recognize that agitation present in the desire. Agitation is already present. Love is lost. So I have gone too far from myself. Desire means that I have gone too far from my real self and living my life. Then what I say? I was single, I was unhappy, I got married. After a few years, I again became unhappy. Now I am divorced. I am happy. Again I am unhappy. One example. You see, it is happening because I lost awareness of what is this absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. We have the means. The intellect is with us. We are human being. We are a thinker. We can think. We don't want to think. And if we want to think, then we think, you cheated me, you deceived me, you have taken this, you have taken that. 24 hours our mind is working in that direction. And that mind creates the thought pattern. Who is responsible? I am. Then what is my complaint? My mind is wandering. My mind is wandering and distracted. Who is responsible? Am I responsible for your mind is wandering? No, you will not understand because you do not understand. Mind becomes matter. It behaves like the matter. It behaves like the animal instinct. Then what happens? We are also doing meditation. In that case, we are meditating on others all the time. That is our meditation. When you meditate on others, you are bound to suffer. We are meditating on object, on a car, on a person, on relationship. Come on. And that causes a lot of problems. So in order to become a seeker, we should understand what is this real self and what is non-self. Let us start our journey of meditation now. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Does your intellect still aware of what I just talked to you? It is you. I only talked about you, your real self. Existence, consciousness, bliss. So now see that. Pay attention. Simply paying attention will change, will start the process of what I say discernment. Viveka. Are you looking at the body? Yes. Are you aware this body exists because of existence? Simply you have to remember this in your mind. I'm not saying to do this and become a computer scientist. No. So the moment your intellect becomes aware this body exists because of existence, it will not move. You can try hard. And the mind also exists because of existence, but mind exists because of consciousness also. You see? That's how I become conscious through the mind. So that is how you're listening to me. The mind is looking inside the head in the space. Why we say space is all pervading, it is infinite. That is why we say, my friends, yes, become aware of the space. And now in the stage 1, we want to settle completely, being comfortable. Look at the shoulder joints being there, So being, what is that being? Human being? It is existence. And what is the human part? The human frame, material, shoulder joints. And then how the mind experiences sensation, comfort and steadiness. What is after that is the space. Ask the mind not to start thinking too much. Why we think? We give importance to other. What is a thought? I discussed that perhaps before. Thought is I plus object. What a beauty. Yes, we all are seekers. Look at the hip joint. Be there. When you are there, so you are aware. In that awareness, experience takes place of sensation, comfort and steadiness. Yes, even the thoughts are the other experiences are also taking place, undesired and desired. So you are attentive to only desired experiences and then looking into Akasha, the space within. Awareness of the entire body from the top of the head to the toes, to all the joints. Awareness of the joint. Now see that the moment, can I say joint exists because of existence? I just explained to you the monitor exists because of computer. CPU exists because of those binary numbers. If those numbers are not there, forget about smartphone, monitor, CPU, laptop, etc., etc. Even a chip in your car. I have to simply live in that awareness in the intellect. Result is sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And then we are carefree. Now we understand that this mind hijacked me because of the thoughts, feelings, sensations, because of the wandering nature. So by discernment I separate that surface mind. There I talk about moving within and living within. Surface mind, inner mind. In the previous sessions, you see everything joins together. They are not separate topics. In the field of awareness, they are one. So perhaps in the last session I said this mind acts as a salesman for the desire to be fulfilled. Desire, I explained you a lot of factors. You have to simply become aware of these factors. Okay, mind, you're taking me outside by that thought. Very good. Object, means of happiness, but happiness is not there. You are agitated already because you are seeking that object. That is one way to non-verbally become aware. Or other way, simply try, salesman, I don't want anything from you. Thank you very much. And previously I explained to you, standing across a road watching the traffic. The traffic does not hit you. You hit the traffic. Oh, this car is so beautiful. You know that knowledge is must in the intellect. And that leaves you in a natural state, and that natural state is nothing but the existence, because the mind still covering, creating a veil subconsciously, habitually, impulsively. That is why we are not able to realize that. So, no worries. Purify the mind, remove the three states of the mind. We have been doing by Nyasa. Let us add today gentle, soft, and playful chest breathing, keeping your focus inside the head or the heart in the space. You keep looking into the space and start quick, short, gentle breathing. Playful breathing. You should play with the breathing. You should not and stop this. Do nothing. Pay attention at the tip of the nose. We take the help from Tantra Yoga. You become aware of the flow of both the nostrils just for a while. And if the flow is equal, mind is definitely going within. Just an indication. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but 99% it happens. When the flow is equal and the mind is definitely within. And now we take the mind little deeper within. Make your breath a little deep, silent and slow, like a car. We will continue with the Nyasa. Nyasa means all-round purification. So, as you inhale, move the mind from the right shoulder to the fingertips inside in the space and saying Om Shanti. So Om is the real self, name. Shanti is the peace, looking into the space. Mind is the driver. Continue, and as you exhale, move the mind from the fingertips to the shoulder. In the space inside. Now see, when you say Om Shanti, that is a part of discernment. You leave everything. I am Om Shanti. That is the meaning. I am the real self. So that the intellect continues to trigger the mind to remove the impurity. It becomes the faster process. Now inside the left arm, and check that. You are continuing with awareness that the mind is the salesman. Even if I'm directing the mind to say Om Shanti with the breath in and out in the highway, the space within, the mind continues to act as a salesman. It invites lot of thoughts. Mind enjoys the wandering state. That is a new normal to the mind until we start the journey of meditation. So you are aware it's a salesman. Why to worry? Now inside the right leg, from the right side of the waist to the toes, as you inhale, the mind moves inside, you become aware of the space, and then you are dropping Om Shanti. Gradually I will bring about some changes in the practice of meditation. Now inside the left leg, you see the mind follows that deep silent slow inhalation and exhalation without any anxiety, because that mind with the deep silent slow breath is seeking something within, not outside. And now inside the spine, are you still aware in the intellect that we are absolute existence, consciousness, bliss? Awareness in the mind, in the intellect. And then you are doing the practice, the mind continues to follow the journey inside instead of outside, bypassing all the obstacles. Inside the spine. As you inhale, the mind moves from the crown of the head and the spine to the tailbone, dropping Om Shanti. Now, if you miss saying Om Shanti, miss means what? The mind has gone somewhere outside by a thought. You see, this is one expression. Maybe in future I will express that mind does not go anywhere when you are a higher level of a seeker. So knowledge, their expression changes because of the temperament and the level of seeker. Continue with the breathing. Now, inhale, continue to inhale, inhale, inhale. Retain the breath inside. Mantra. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. During retention. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be a well-being for all. Release the breath. Live into that state of the well-being. Can you see well-being? Or is it a state of the consciousness, part of the existence? Brings Ananda, the joy from all sides. Why the intellect is not accepting at this time? Because it has to go a little deeper within. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu is the second. Inhale. May there be peace for all. Continue to inhale. 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 Continue. Hold the breath. Looking inside. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Release the breath and check. The moment you release the breath, the mind is not doing any hyperactivity. Casually you have released the breath. It moves into the normal state, normal breathing pattern. If that happens, and you feel this tingling, numbness, freezing sensation, temperature change, obviously the mind is going within. The third mantra is Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Purnam, may there be completeness in all. It is an antidote to seeking desire. Come on, intellect, mind, understand. You are complete in yourself. So inhale, continue to inhale. Inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold the breath. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. So just release the breath. Release the breath means you drop retaining the breath, drop holding the breath, and then check. The mind moves the breath naturally. Normal breathing pattern returns. So that gives us another clue that yes, we are going deeper. Mind is not agitated because we say you are complete in itself. So, inhale deep, silent and slow again. Continue to inhale. Retain the breath. Start fourth mantra. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. It means auspiciousness. It merges peace, well-being and completeness. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Release the breath. Check. Normal breath. Did you forget Do you remember the equal flow of the breath? Beautiful. With that, look inside the heart. Let us follow the milestone, the first milestone in the space inside the heart. Pick up a point. Say mentally, Shanto Ham, I am the peace. So we ask the mind to identify and see. I am the peace, and then ask the mind. Peace means good space, infinite space. Again, move the mind deeper. Find the second milestone, the second point in the space, Shantoham. Wait there. Absorb into the infinite space. Continue the journey, and the time comes when your mind says, no more going. I have reached to the final point. So it's a mixed experience. Sometimes the mind says, no, I have done. It may be caused by the desire, the past impression, or mind is totally pure. The mind merges into the real self, which is unchanging. The mind says, I cannot go further. So that play and hide and seek game continues until we reach there. Continue. Shantoham. Continue to find one milestone, second milestone, third, fourth, fifth. So you see that inside with your awareness you discover a milestone that prevents the mind to take a ramp. And that ramp is nothing but a thought, a desire. No worries. If you have taken the ramp, you can return. Instead, the mind says Shantoham. The mind picks up another word. Sometimes it reacts anxious. But are you continuing? Are you persistent, patient? It will help you to move deeper. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Bring your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, David?
Very good. My body temperature immediately rose when we started that practice. It seemed extremely short today. And I just remember when you said great milestones, I was at that point kind of every level going deeper in my mind was going exponentially deeper and deeper. So
beautiful.
Over the time, but it went quickly.
Because you are aware, you are conscious that you are going deeper. That point is very, very important. How are you, Stephen?
I'm great. Just a very quiet, dark space from start to finish. The only thing that I noticed is that I felt I was just a few seconds behind where you were. So I heard you, but it took about 5 seconds extra for me to actually do what you were saying to do. So it was great.
That's where. That is also great because the intellect picks up that experience clearly so that it can move deeper. If you do not know you do not have the understanding, do not know the path, then it becomes little challenging. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good, sir. It was quiet. I was cold. The limbs were cold. It just seemed like easy.
Easy.
Kind of a sweet, easy space.
That's good. That's another changes. Very good. How are you, Christina? At least Krishna started smiling now.
I was just listening. That was wonderful. I feel very grounded from the start of that. I feel like your entire lesson in the beginning has tied in a lot of grounding of just being here and being present. It's just so easy to say, but really taking that into action in the beginning of my practice and also with the milestones, I felt that with what David, I'm saying Jerry and David's name at the same time. David explained with the milestones. I felt like that was very clear, and having that foundation was just important to have. And so thank you for
beautiful, Christina. How are you, Daniel?
Thank you. I'm good. So for me, it was very, very quiet. So I had a feeling that my body was kind of hibernated. And that was a feeling that every single move will require a lot of effort, almost impossible to do. So that was only breathing and nothing more. Like no sensation, no thoughts, just like staying somewhere in space and with subtle breathing. And also I kind of feeling that I could stay forever in this state.
What a beautiful practice. Even we were missing you and you left us, and then sometime you appear. But the word hibernated is wonderful. So when you hibernate, you minimize almost. Minimize everything. That is a beautiful. How are you, Sam? Lara, Terry, yes.
I'm good. I'm glad that you like my shirt. I appreciate it.
I like it, I also want to have one, but it will not look nice for you guys.
I really, I was so surprised today at how quick it seemed and felt, which is the deeper, right? I really also appreciate the lesson of, having this SatChitAnanda all day, right? Like finding, because now I'm back, I was, in Arizona for a while. And then I was driving around the country, going to these random parks and hanging out by myself. And now I'm in the city and I'm with, all my friends and family again. I'm seeing so many people. So I'm working on, trying to find a home at any point of the day. And that's basically what it is, right?
Yes, trying to find
you
a
can
home.
find home wherever, right?
Yeah,
right?
Home inside. Yeah. Yes.
Your home wherever. Yeah.
Yes, that is what you're saying. I see that. That's a beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, Lara?
Does Ashok want to go?
Yes. Yes, Lara.
So, okay, I'm good. It was very quiet. One of the things I started to notice, actually, the past couple of times, is that my left eye seems to be way more active than the right side. It's hard for me to incorporate this right side in. It's kind of an interesting experience. But it was overall the meditation was really quiet. It was bright at first. It got really dark. Then when we were doing the breathing in the spine, I just felt like this lengthening almost happening.
Beautiful.
And then when we were finishing, it started to get bright again.
Beautiful. That's really experience. It will happen sometime, right dominant, left dominant, and let it come down and balance itself. So it is because of our nature and the past impressions. Who is Terry? Are you there? Barbara and Terry.
I feel wonderful. I felt completely cut off from the outside world, and I too didn't want to come out of it.
Beautiful. That's good, Barbara. How are you, Terry?
My machine is charging, so it won't reach to where I am. I didn't do very good. I didn't practice very well. I was late and everything, but I do feel a lot calmer now at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I did some negating at one point, so I.
No worries. I'll be sending you the audio file. Do the practice again and again.
Yeah. That's what I did with the one yesterday, so I'll do that again.
Good. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर बहुत पीसफुल था और आज तक बहुत टाइम का पता ही नहीं चला. ऐसा लग रहा था कि अभी शुरू हुआ है और अभी खत्म हो.
Yeah. She felt as if the state of the timelessness. Ask your honey also to do come. He has been also my student for many years. So, how are you, Ashok?
Sir, I am good and understanding better now. Thank you.
His honey also loves me, Ashok. But she is not at all interested in meditation. It happens. That is our lifestyle and past impression. How are you, Sunita? We have covered everyone.
Antoinette.
Yeah, Sunita. Yeah, it is because internet disturbances. You see, the main point we summarize, many of you have picked up the milestone. And that appears abstract in the beginning, but gradually the mind settles into that. So once the mind settles, then I know how can I move within, live within. And once we start moving and living within, the journey progresses. That is all for today. Anything?
Internet.
Yeah, internet. Not my internet.
Oh, she left.
Yeah, not my internet. You see what I did? Oh, sorry. It was a big surprise for me. You know, when David told me that it's your internet problem, so I called the Best Buy guy and I purchased the Arrow Mesh. You might be aware of the mesh Wi-Fi. So I was keeping the Arrow Mesh under my monitor, near my computer. And yesterday the Best Buy guy put that Arrow Mesh on the first floor. And that expanded the vibrations, of that connection. So I feel the connection is so good. So I was thinking, we do not know where we have to place the mind. Continue the practice. So once you discover, oh, here I have placed it, and it is done. And once it is done, it is irreversible process. You cannot reverse that. You live into that state. That is what our masters are saying. But, it's a rough example with Arrow Mesh. You can change the position of the Arrow Mesh. So I get almost, around 160 megabyte per second. So which is fairly a good speed. Am I right, Daniel? It works? No, you guys are IT experts, so you know more than. But I understand, try to understand. So that is all for today. Thank you very much. And we will meet Monday again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Girish. Namaste.
Namaste.